the party started.
On a wet Sunday afternoon in Newcastle, let's check out how the two sides will take the field. The Knights 1 through 17. It is the same side named on Tuesday. Jared Mullen and Tyrone Roberts are the halves. The forward pack is led by Cade Snowden and Willie Mason, but it's the return of Danny Badiris that is creating all the news. The bench is Gower, Houston, Tenavano and Costigan. The coach is Wayne Bennett. Coming off a victory over the Melbourne Storm, the Gold Coast Titans have just the one change. Dave Taylor is out with a sternum injury. Backing up from State of Origin is their captain, Greg Bird, in jersey number 20. There's no Nate Miles, but the coach is John Cartwright. NRL Sunday, live on Australia's sports leader Fox Sports. We are coming to you from Hunter Stadium in Newcastle. The countdown is on. Let's get it going. The Gold Coast Titans on the road to the Newcastle Knights. And the first of many slips to come over the next 80 minutes. The conditions look fabulous on TV, but that's more modern technology than the reality of the situation. It's dark, the lights are on, it is wet and windy.
We'll just check out the Titans' jerseys and socks. They won't be that colourful long.
Darris out of dummy half. He links with Jeremy Smith, who goes over the 40-metre line. We are going to see a lot of this midfield stuff early from both sides. Mullen downfield, almost perfectly weighted, taken on the line by Gordon, the live wire winger, met by a group of four. Conservative but effective set there for Newcastle, their first of the afternoon. There's Mason with a little bit of shoulder. Jeremy Smith the assist. They've played on 10 occasions. Newcastle's won 6. Gold Coast have won 4. Greg Bird popping his head through the line. Crossfield went Harrison. Relatively quick play the ball, and it goes back to Aidan Caesar inside the 40. An easy take for James McManus on his left side of the field. They played in round 7 this year. It was late April. Newcastle won 30 points to 6 on a day where their wide men really dominated. McManus and Uarte amongst the try scorers.
Feeling they're going to play it a bit tighter today, especially early. Andy, they will see some space out wide, but just want to get their kicks into that in-goal area. He controlled that first kick really well, Mullen, and I reckon that'll be the goal again on this occasion, just to hit the ground and try to let it skid in.
Keeping it on the deck, and it'll pull up awfully quickly at the end. Don missed it the first time around, and there is the pressure Newcastle was looking for.
Ooh, gee. And they're the dangerous ones. He drops this ball, and there's every chance he's trying to stop there. He could have skidded and lost his footing, but unfortunately the ball kept coming towards him. And first real opportunity now for the Knights, a repeat set.
Wishful thinking of both Scott and Darius Boyd, placing the hand on the ball sitting there. Restart from the left boot of Aidan Caesar. Oh, Mason's left it behind. He doesn't need to be told, he knows. Look at the face.
See that? He just lifted his eyes.
Yeah.
He wasn't having a look. Normally that would have just stuck in the hands, but not today.
Anthony Don owes him a beer.
Wait for the ball. Thank you.
The late footwork of a guy like this, Mark Minicello, could be crucial this afternoon. Short steps, good fast footwork. Keeps himself busy in that middle of the field. He's going to keep defenders on their toes. Bruce sees it to Bird. He straightens. Mason high and Scott around the hips. Playing it back to the short side through Luke Bailey. Takes it into two. Mullen and also Gagai. Quite a bit of ball movement comparatively here from the Gold Coast Titans. Out to Idris. Goes one-on-one with Leilua. Joey from the inside, too good for Jamal this time. And the big bloke is injured. Left ankle, perhaps. Oh, underneath him. Here it goes here. Oh!
Ankle, knee. It's ugly, and we're all hoping that he's going to be okay. Jamal.
He's making his way already to the sideline and the bench.
Big tackle 5, boys.
Not off as yet. In fact, only just off the field, but no replacement on. So it's 12 on 13. An average kick from Caesar. Allowed to bounce. And play on as the call. Luke Bailey with the kick. Out to James McManus.
It's almost a scissor kick, a soccer scissor kick. Yeah. Luke Bailey skillful. Well, he's officially off.
Yeah, Jamal Idris officially off. He was man of the match Monday night against the Melbourne Storm, and very effective and improved Jamal Idris, in particular his defence.
He's been hungry to get involved. Ball, chasing the ball. Oh, defensively, yeah, he's scary. But that's a worry. Now, from memory, the Titans in round 7, they lost some players early, including Matt Sharma. They lost 3 players, and it really set them on their heels.
Last tackle here for Newcastle. Mullen sums up the situation. It may well have been option 2 to go to the air. That's what he went with. And Gordon back slammed there by Beau Scott, who gets a tap on his back from Darius Boyd for his trouble. It's a solid defence from Newcastle, exactly what they needed and how they needed to start. This is Luke Bailey, always keen to put his hand up and work out from that yardage area. We've got an injury update already on Jamal Idris. Let's go sideline for the first time this afternoon to Adam McDougall.
Oh, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, just spoke to Jamal as he's walking off. He's worried that it might have been his knee. He felt his knee as he got twisted in that tackle. So fingers crossed it's not his ACL, guys.
Good shot put on McManus there, Minicillo. And also Ben Ridge. Luke Douglas involved in this tackle, 185th straight game. The man there in 10 for the Titans. An unbelievable effort.
And he's headed for 200, I think, absolutely no doubt at all.
And deserves it.
I saw him a couple of seasons ago with a serious knee or a medial ligament injury that was expected to get him out 4 to 6 weeks, and he didn't miss one.
Towards the sideline and over. Enthusiastic and powerful defence from the Gold Coast Titans. And if you didn't need proof beforehand, here it is that the 10 metres closest to the sideline, either side of the field, are just fraught with danger.
Yeah, and Mead's job initially there was just to make sure that Gagai didn't go to ground. Held him up so his teammates could arrive and drive sideways.
Clock's running, boys. Bring
Can't
it
go
in.
anywhere near it.
Bring it in, boys. Clock's running. Arms over. Arms over the top for me, Jess. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get yours over so I can fix him. Over the top. Over the top. Bend it now. Ball in. In, out.
A lot of conversation at the first scrum of the afternoon.
3.
Awkward-looking tackle, not ruled as dangerous by Snowden and Smith. Here is Douglas, who in fact played with both of those 2 players at the Cronulla Sharks a number of seasons ago. Shrama back slammed, and again it's Scott and Smith. That is strong stuff. It's forced the error.
Gee, it's a heavy back slam on a small man, isn't it?
Is it a back slam as in a penalty back slam?
Well, the referee doesn't think so.
No.
10's on me, boys.
He's got to pick his mark to run today, Matt Schramer, as do any of the little fellas around the middle of the ruck or near the sideline.
My suggestion is not at both Scott and Jeremy Smith after what we've just seen. Here's Darius Boyd. There's one-on-one initially there with Albert Kelly. Big test for the young Gold Coast halves this afternoon. Rocco runs forward. The Knights get their first penalty.
You and Luke Bailey.
Real chance here for the Knights. They're going to go deep into territory and start this set just 13 metres out from the try line. It is Rocco. First man with the ball. Titans nice and tight, centre field. The Knights are spread deep and wide. Mullen dummies. Steps off the right, heads back in towards the meat of the pack. Just a couple of metres out. Options on both sides of the park. Badderis with good service to Snowden. It's on here for the Knights, and it's on through Tyrone Roberts. An easy try to open Newcastle's campaign. They had the Titans on the heels. And as the visitors waited, it became an easy mark for the crafty little number 7.
When your defence is sliding close to the line as they're doing, they're going sideways, you're always in trouble. If Roberts didn't score, it was going to be Leilua or McManus, but he threw a neat little dummy, just had to get himself one-on-one. Ridge couldn't stop his momentum. And over he goes. The Knights, they've built pressure. They've done it well. The kicking game's been solid.
Steered this perfectly through. It is 6-0 in favour of the Knights.
If his confidence had been down a tiny bit, a touch, that's going to help. That's certainly going to help, because he's the kind of player that with any space, any room to move, he'll cut you to shreds.
An early restart here for the Titans. A better kick from the start. Snowden. He won't mind the conditions. It's not going to limit his sidestep. Rocco very much the unknown factor in this Newcastle footy side. Probably would have been at long odds, according to most punters, to be a starting 13 footballer at the beginning of the season. But guys like Neville Costigan and Chris Houston on the interchange as a result of just how good Robbie Rocco has been going. Good work rate and very effective on this left side of the field. Down to Kevin Gordon. Easy take for the left winger. And a disappointing night, Monday night, against the Melbourne Storm. A little bit of a schooling from Will Chambers, and confidence may be down just a little. And this defence is going to make it difficult. There's a forward pass. The defence, the pressure and the intimidation of the Knights is winning this so far.
Yeah, and they just got their timing wrong. Oh, desperate to try to break the shackles there, to get away from that Knights' aggressive defence. Just overrun it, Ash Harrison.
3 of 6 for the ball for the Gold Coast Titans. Average numbers to start the game.
Denny, let's get in. Get in. Let's go, toss. All right, ball in.
Wait for the ball. Wait, Ashley Harrison.
Off the foot, Danny Badderis, who was locking the scrum there in slow service. It was to Gagai.
Go, one. I got that call.
Centre field, they're 20 metres out. Snowden had options, a lot of movement around the ball here for Newcastle. They're trying to keep the Titans' defence guessing. Here is Badderis to within 2 or 3. Tyrone Roberts moves into dummy half again. They look to this near side of the field, and for the second time, they've found success.
Check the hold back, Robert.
Ash, I've got penalty try. Can you check this, please?
Absolutely, mate.
Check on side,
yes.
boys. Check on side.
Okay, Darius Boyd says he's been interfered with. Luke Bailey says check onside. So everyone having their say. Penalty try, though, the ruling initially.
Well, he's very flat from the kick. And it looks like they've gone past that. Was he held back? Well, Anthony Don certainly has grabbed hold of his arm. If he doesn't get it down, and he doesn't, I think he's got a case.
Does he get it down 100% if Anthony Don doesn't touch him?
Gee, well, maybe not 100%, but it's a pretty high chance that he would have. He was in a really good position to put that down, and the referee has said he thought it was a penalty try.
Ashley Klein, Luke Patton, the video referees. No. Try it is, penalty try. They lead by a dozen. The Newcastle Knights 12 lead the Gold Coast Titans 0 Adam McDougall.
Oh, the energy down here at ground level with these nice players is amazing. There's a lot of talk, there's a lot of fist pumping. These guys are pumped up for a big game. They know their season's on the line here today, and they've got that look in their eyes that they mean business.
So much said about the Newcastle Knights and the age of their players. Well, Vidaris and Gower today, the two oldest players currently in the game, and the first time since 1948 that two over 35-year-olds have played in the same team. It was Roy Kirkcaldy and Henry Porter back in 1948, and I think Adam McDougall was on the opposition on that day. So far, the cool heads, the experience, guys like Danny Vidaris, Jeremy Smith. Willie Mason has led the Knights to 12. Another great kick from the home side. Anthony Don, all sorts of pressure on. Solid shot from try scorer Boyd, and then Rocco really made him
Too quick, boys. No. Wait.
Yes, mate, I'm ready.
And didn't the Titans need that? They've had just 38% of possession. And even when they've had possession, they haven't done a lot with it, apart from drop.
Yeah, they've had some pressure on them. Knights rushing up. They can break the shackles slightly here. Gee, he's got his the weight of his kicks just perfect today so far, Jared Mullen.
Another loss here for the Gold Coast Titans. So 4 completed sets out of 8. One of those was a penalty. So really, they've completed 3 sets. Got to the end of 3 sets.
They're only just at the start of that one. Second tackle.
Wait for the ball.
Come on, lock in.
Wait for the ball.
Stay there. Ball in. Out.
It's yours.
Always got something to say, Willie Mason. He's laid it up. Back to Vidaris and on to Roberts. Long ball to Kate Snowden.
Off the ball.
There's a long shift there in difficult conditions. Vidaris, he plays it short though. This occasion to Jeremy Smith. Taken by Schramer and Douglas on the 20-metre line. They're looking for their third of the afternoon. Vidaris, he goes wide to Gagai. Sliding with him is David Mead. Oh, Scott. 5th tackle here for the Newcastle Knights. They've got 2, they're looking for a third, and an even bigger lead. Roberts. Knock on Titans. In fact, a double knock on, so we get a scrum down. Newcastle loose feet and ultimately the ball.
That's tough on Albert Kelly, because he was actually going to pull this back in. You see there?
Bring it in, Danny.
He had his hands ready to pull it back in after the little tap and recover the ball for the Titans, maybe even run away a bit,
down,
but
Danny, boat.
counts as a knock-on.
Ball in. Out.
Here they go again through Vidaris. Great work from the inside, Greg Bird. Right around the waist. Short side, Gagai. Looking to not show finesse, but muscle his way to points. Wide to Mullen on his least preferred side, but still good ball movement, and it's on again for Newcastle. McManus. Big James high-fiving everyone. Again, simple ball movements. Something's not working on the Titans' right-hand side defence.
Well, Jamal Idris isn't there for a start, so that doesn't help. But they're corner man short again. Unselfish play by Leilua. I thought he could have muscled his way over himself with the dummy there, but he found his winger who had a little bit more space. Nicely done, nicely straightened up it was by Roberts. Beautiful hands.
Coming back beautifully. 19 minutes, 18-0. And McDougall, it is all the Knights.
It certainly is, guys, and they're going to take a lot of confidence out on this left-hand edge. Obviously, Jamal Idris off now. That sees Ben Ridge move into the right centre position. It's causing all sorts of problems on this right edge. Him and Albert Kelly are struggling to get their spacings right. They're not actually moving off the line. And a big, big responsibility now is going to actually fall on the shoulders of Anthony Don. He needs to jam in and be aggressive in defence and not slide on his own line.
This is looming as a smasher.
Well, they've actually taken Ridge off, and Sam Earl has come on the right side here for the Gold Coast Titans defensively. John Cartwright realises they have got some problems. The first problem is stopping this great go forward the Knights have already been able to get this afternoon.
Already without Grant Takarangi, with a rib cartilage issue suffered on Monday night. Now without their upper centre, Jamal Idris.
Run, pass, go.
Nothing flashy about it, just power and will. Kick in goal, knocked on. Just outside the try line. Anthony Don not enjoying his experience here in Newcastle so far this afternoon.
It skidded low. Kelly, for a moment, it looked like Kelly was going to try to get hold of it. I think Don got put off by that. Okay. It's going to be a long afternoon if they don't tidy this up.
As an ex-Queensland and Aussie fullback, in conditions like this, a ball through, what do you do?
I would have called yours. I thought that was definitely the halfbacks.
Heads down. Bully.
I can imagine what Ricky Stewart from your inside would have said. Mullen out to Gagai. Oh, Greg Bird with an elbow right on the button. Here's Jeremy Smith. I don't think there's going to be too many surprises here from the Knights. They're going to start midfield. They're going to come this near side and put it together again. Boyd, wide to McManus. It's worked again. Newcastle, unstoppable this afternoon.
Tackle 3, have a try, checking sideline, mate. Yep, checking sideline.
Well, no problem with the sideline from where I stood. Has anyone told them it's wet? They're not supposed to play this kind of footy in these conditions. This is the best they've looked, certainly for the last month or so.
Buderis, Roberts. This is the money ball from Boyd. No issues there. Well in. James McManus. That's a double. Albert Kelly coming over, sliding in with the knees. Try awarded.
8-point try. You get 2. You'll have a second kick from in front.
Absolutely, and these knees were leading. It's come in contact with the head. It's going to be an 8-point try. So after this kick at goal has been taken,
slid from 3 metres away.
Yeah, and he's come in contact with the head, mate. That's the problem. We're not worried about the distance that he's slid. His knees hit the head. After this kick, you guys hold there. We've got a second kick in front, okay?
Speechless at the moment, Greg Bird. So we've had a penalty try. Now we've got a possible 8-point try.
In the first
Never
20
happened
minutes.
before. Can't imagine.
Well, the last time those two players played in 1948 that were over 35, we might have had something like this, but
Mad Dog might be able to tell us. He was celebrating his 100th game that day. He's made it look easy from out here earlier. Tyrone Roberts coming back. Not this time. He now marches centre field.
Oh, sorry.
Where no doubt he will
Thank you.
add the extra 2 points. What do the Titans do from here? The scoreboard is leading the clock at this stage. That's the reason why Albert Kelly sliding in on the knees and making contact with James McManus, who didn't object, didn't care. He just collected his second try.
Here it comes.
24 points to nil. Even the cheer girls in these freezing conditions are keeping warm the amount of dancing and exercise they've done this afternoon.
Hey, Rocket.
Stay behind!
Unbelievable scene of events thus far.
And you just know, with 4 tries against their right defence, the Titans, when they finally get to patch that up, they might be exposed on the other side of the field.
The right-hand side 4 for the Gold Coast Titans. As a penalty goes here to Newcastle.
Straight over the ball, mate.
A piggybacking penalty, their third for the afternoon. The right-hand side 4 are that man, Mark Minicello, 17 Sam Irwin, the fullback William Zillman, and winger Anthony Don, in that order, inside out.
On the kick.
Albert Kelly playing defensively the fullback position.
Help. Release in there, boys. Get square, Luke.
Nice hand shown by Cade Snowden.
Upright. Get square.
Where you are, hold. Go. 2.
Darris to Jeremy Smith. They keep that midfield punch going. It's conservative footy, but it's effective footy. 20 metres out, but Darris will scamper himself. Hospital pass for Jared Mullen, who was monstered by Greg Bird. Out the back to Boyd. Lailua gets in on the point scoring. And again, it's this left-hand side.
Tackle 5. We have a try. We want to just check the grounding, mate, please.
And they've run this second man play beautifully. The Titans look to have numbers, but once again, they're going sideways. They're so stretched on the edges, they're going sideways. He's a bit short there. Hard to tell on that angle, but the ball looks as though it has ended up over the line. I don't think it's come free. He's got a good shove there on Irwin, hasn't he, Lailua? The smaller Titans defender doing his best. Let's remember that the referee has called this as a try.
Yeah.
So unless we can see that it's not, it will stay as a try. Better angle this one.
Yeah, try.
Well, it's going to stay that way.
Remarkably, their 5th for the afternoon. They've all been over this side of the field where the Knights have been great, the Titans anything but. Roberts brings it back beautifully again. 5 tries, 5 goals, 30-0 after 26 minutes. Let's go down to the sideline, Adam McDougall.
And guys, this right-hand edge expects more traffic just after that try. Darius Boyd went up and grabbed BJ Laluya. He also spoke to James McManus. They plan on targeting this side more as the game wears on. The Gold Coast guys, as I touched upon earlier, Don needs to really get off the line here and put some pressure on it. Anthony Don can't just sit back and slide on his own line.
How's RQ going? He's getting a cold out on that side of the field.
Here he goes, time to warm up for RQ, and he said, well, it's not working down my side, I'll come to your side of the field.
Go on, stay there for the set so we can get the footy.
Who would have thought that injury to Jamal Idris early on would have had such an impact? Not saying the tries wouldn't have been scored with Jamal on the field, but the chain of events has led to a 30-0 scoreline. 86% possession in the last 20. Now the pressure back on the Titans.
Oh, I've got no doubt they wouldn't be up by that much. Not with Jamal there, his defence.
No.
And that his combination on that right edge with Don has been quite good.
Roll the sleeves up type of footy here from the Gold Coast. Albert Kelly. They've made just on double the volume of tackles the Titans than the Knights have been forced to make. Goes back to Hayden Caesar, who doesn't get any great depth to that kick. Boyd spins it straight across field and says, Aku, it is up to you. Bird and Mead defensively very strong there on Uarte, who'd wound it up a little bit. Mark Ione onto the field for John Cartwright. It's even 14 involved in the previous tackle. They play midfield footy. Uarte again. Ryan James also there. Tackle number 4. Boyd, wide to McManus. Here we go again. McManus to the line. He slides over and scores. Go to the record books. This could be anything this afternoon.
And that's 3 for McManus. In less than half an hour. Boyd hits him right on the chest. I thought he had to look inside, find the support, maybe kick, but no, he uses the fend on Irwin. Kelly arrives, sliding with that power. Beautiful try. It's a training run.
Smasher on the half-hour mark. Beautiful. 36-0. Newcastle doing a number on the Gold Coast. Most tries in a match for the Newcastle Knights, 4. It has been done on 5 occasions. Aku Uarte, Cooper Vuna, Andrew Johns, Darren Albert, and the Mad Dog, Adam McDougall, who's on the sideline with us this afternoon. And Mad Dog, that record, it is in real danger from James McManus.
If you're a betting man, you'd assume that he'll score 8 tries, wouldn't you, after the start they've had here today in Newcastle. Big problems on this right-hand edge, as we've touched upon. The Gold Coast have tried to make some positional changes now. They've put Will Zillman over to the left centre position and have moved Mead over this side. But the Knights are going to keep coming, guys. They've been speaking about it as they walk back once again. Expect more tries on this right-hand side.
Yeah, David Mead in 3 is now playing right centre. Albert Kelly still at fullback. William Zillman, named at fullback, is playing left centre. Kelly back into his own in goal, fielding the ball. Met strongly by Uarte, also Gagai. And it just seems whenever they do get the football, the Gold Coast, Gary, this is where they're starting from. They're exhausted. Newcastle are also muscling up, and the Titans going nowhere.
Yeah, they're doing it tough. And they've just got to find players that are desperate to get him out of this area. And forget about the scoreboard. The scoreboard's what's going to put both sides off this afternoon.
Downfield from Hayden Caesar. He won't drop anything today, James McManus. 3 tries. The golden touch so far. We're not even halfway home. Is Chris Houston on in 15? 3 interchanges used by Wayne Bennett so far. Neville Costigan takes it up just short of the 30-metre line. Another good tackle from Matt Schramer. Roberts. Back to Gowan. In through Houston. Leilua. His eyes light up. Across the sideline. Only just. It took 4 Titans to get in there.
And that's coincided with David Mead shifting to the right centre. Well, he got a good hit or a grab at least on Leilua and made sure he held him up. His teammates could get some drive going.
Ryan James certainly added some muscle to the argument there, didn't he?
He's a big boy.
Wrong with it. Nice, Rob.
Wait for the ball.
Sam Irwin feeding the scrum. Greg Bird back slammed. Strong defence from the Newcastle Knights. They've been doing their thing offensively, but it all started from the sting and discipline they've shown
Straight to the ball.
other side of the ball.
He's gone to the ball. That was the problem.
Bo argued with the first ref, decided he didn't win that one, decided an argument with the second ref, he didn't win that one either. So back to the defensive line he goes.
Not happy with 36.
Ryan James making 0 metres. Gower and Costigan, the 2 defenders. Is Ash Harrison. Today becomes just the 8th Titan to reach 100 games for the club. Not what he would have had in mind.
He's racked plenty up, hasn't he? Ash Harrison.
Bird across field. Of course, no Nate Miles today. As the rain starts falling again here in Newcastle. I think it may be safer getting wet out on the field than what it's going to be in the Gold Coast dressing room at half-time. Last tackle, and the only real opportunity the Titans have had territorially, and that's how they finished the set. As I was saying, going into front, John Cartwright at half-time might be an experience some of these young ones will learn a thing or two about.
He might be booking an early flight home, John Cartwright. Amazing how all your plans can be thrown out by one injury. When we're not blaming the injury to Idris on the Titans' demise, because the Knights have been fantastic, but it's all been down that left corridor, the Knights' left attacking corridor. They've been amazing.
Going through the centre, Tyrone Roberts. Collared just legally by Ashley Harrison, despite the groans of the crowd, as Costigan travels across field, looking for someone to straighten. Last tackle. Deris is off the field, so Gower feeling in a dummy half. Last tackle there, and maybe Dane Gagai wasn't aware. Sort of a hop, a skip and a jump, and he almost got through. As impressive as this half-time score is, the Knights' record half-time score back in 2003 against North Queensland, where they led 48-0 in half-time. You Knights fans, you'll take the 36 happily, we know that. Just a couple of minutes before half-time, a long pass there, low percentage pass in conditions like this. Back to Caesar at a standstill. Downfield. Taken easily by Boyd, who offers it up to Uarte. Good, strong defence this time from the Titans. Ridge from the inside, and coming in on his left shoulder was David Mead. One of 2 games on Fox Sports on this miserable old Sunday. Sunday night footy live from Townsville tonight. The North Queensland Cowboys and the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. Kickoff time is 6:30. We hope you can join us. Long ball from Mullen into the hands of Scott, who was then absolutely drilled by Will Zillman. Mullen goes to the air. Allowed to bounce. Then not. Here go the Titans. I don't know how Kelly got a hand to that. Here is Albert going through the centre of the ruck, making some metres in the process. 90 seconds remaining. Something for the Gold Coast before half-time. On tackle number 1, the kick is there for Kevin Gordon, a noted speedster. So too is Aku Uante. And Uante with a 10 or 12 metre head start on Gordon was never going to be a fair race.
A little bit early in the tackle count. I know they need some points. There's something to give them some confidence, the Titans, but I think more so they need to hold on to the footy. Yeah, down the other end of the park and take some energy out of the Knights. Haven't had to do a lot of defence, have they, in Newcastle? 66% possession.
Huge numbers. Chance now for the Gold Coast. David Mead collared there. Joey Leilua coming in from his left centre position. The Knights have got an injury and are defending with 12 men only. Tyrone Roberts struggling, not back in the line as yet. Here is Greg Bird. Still going, Greg Bird, offering it up but going himself. Didn't have the runners around the ball. Seconds before half-time, they've been outplayed, outmuscled and outscored, but the Gold Coast might walk to half-time with something. No, they won't. And that sort of sums up the Titans' 40 minutes. An amazing 40 minutes. 6 tries to 0. Newcastle lead the Gold Coast 36 points to 0. Even the most optimistic of Newcastle fans probably wouldn't have seen this coming. It has been quite a performance.
That's been the case all day, hasn't it? City, Titans, attackers on their backs. Stayed first up.
No hand on him. Just a drop ball. Simple as that.
That was optimistic, wasn't it?
Oh.
Wait for the
Craig
ball.
Gower moves to the back of the scrum here. Gower feeds to Mullen, onto Uarte. Tries to bully past William Zillman. In fact, had Dane Gagai on his outside. This is Gagai. Busy defensively in the first half, got himself involved. Also, more hit-ups than any other teammate. Costigan, nothing flash about what this fella does. Centre field grind, but he almost found points. Gower across field. Roberts, it's on again. McManus collects number 4. And he's not done just yet. He's looking history right in the face.
Well, if the Titans are going to mount any challenge, it's gone. Just amazing how once again they've been caught out on that side of the field defensively. The Eastern Grandstand here at Hunter Stadium finally have had a try scored on their side. And McManus is the man again.
Aku maybe going over with just a friendly old, I'd love one. Let's swap wings. Yeah, let's swap sides. James said, you're kidding. Get back over onto the right. 4 tries and a little piece of history. Joining among some of the greats of the club as well.
I was here a few years ago with Cooper Vuna with that feed in the last round.
Yeah. That was 2010. Aku did it last round, 2011. You go back to Joey Johnson, Adam McDougall in 2001. He can't do anything wrong. Tyrone Roberts, 7 from 8 this afternoon, 42-0.
When did Mad Dog? 1993 was it when he scored his 4? 2010,
2001. We thought the Knights would be effective, not spectacular in their midfield grind today. We thought they would keep it simple, they would keep it short. And when they've had to, they have. But that left-hand side has been just brilliant. Just hearing a little more about Jamal Idris, and we are hearing suspected broken ankle. Horrible news on a horrible day for the Titans. Short of halfway. Mullen, and there's plenty of space at the back there. On the first bounce, it goes to Kevin Gordon, who gets whacked, then upended. It's Smith and Scott. Albert Kelly.
Isn't this aggro in their defence, the Knights?
Well, if you're not running into Bo or Jeremy, you've got Neville Costigan standing in front of you.
You need numbers. You need to be... You're going one out, you're going to get monstered.
Jeremy, come on.
They've completed only 50% of their sets, so getting to the end of this is probably the most crucial element for the Titans. This is the final play. And they do get to the end of it, but again, Aiden sees a flat-footed as the recipient of the ball. Doesn't get a lot of kick on it. But therefore, the pressure isn't really on the Knights early in the set.
What an effort by Bo Scott as well. Look at the scoreboard. His team's up by so much. You don't need to put those extra efforts in that help your team, certainly when you're doing it tough. But he still got through it, put the pressure on, and they've probably saved his team 10 or 15 metres.
No Dave Taylor with a sternum injury for the Titans today. Out for a couple of weeks. There's Gower. Just Craig's second game after much publicised return to the NRL. Mullen goes to the air. Here come the Knights, but Albert Kelly too strong there. Takes the ball on the full, but it's a long way to the other end of the park, and that's where the Titans need to be as we go down to the sideline. A half-time report from Adam McDougall.
Yeah, Andy, obviously an update on Jamal Idris. He touched upon the fact he's been taken to hospital in an ambulance. It is an ankle injury. The Knights, Dr. Neil Halpin was asked to come and have a look as well. He believes it's a syndesmosis injury, which means he'll be out to up to 4 months if that's true. So big blow to the Gold Coast.
It is a huge blow. Speedy recovery for Jamal, who has been getting back to some of the better football he's been playing. Downfield to Darius Boyd, takes it comfortably on the full. Weary legs and weary mind, offers the offload to James McManus. We've seen a little bit of that over the weekend so far. Origin players quite happy to let their fresher club teammates take a little bit of the footy. Now, there is another injury here for the Titans. Ash Harrison, game 100 for the club. Limping from the field, assisted from the field. And in round 7, when the two sides played earlier this year, he was also taken from the field. Pressure again on the Titans. That'll relieve some of that pressure.
Stu, Bo.
Wait.
You got a call from the ref just before the tackle. Bo,
there it is.
Scott, that he was offside, but I think it was too late for him to pull out of it.
So they'll start their set on the 40-metre line. Hasn't been as effective as you would have liked, Greg Bird, but I tell you what, he's put his hand up on every occasion. It's another wholehearted performance. Coming to the weekend in 5th with the Gold Coast. The suggestion maybe they were there under a false sense. They hadn't been playing top football sides or top 8-foot footy sides. They have over the last fortnight. They got beaten by the Rabbitohs, but they were very competitive. They beat the Storm Monday night. By a converted try. They weren't overly convincing, but they were controlled. It was a weakened Storm too.
Take it.
They both had their origin stars out, both teams. Well and truly put through the cleaners today by the Knights.
Oh, James and Bo Scott, that's heavy stuff.
Go through.
Back into Gold Coast half of the footy field. It's where a majority of the match has been played. Gower to Roberts. High. Bad bounce there for the Knights. But allowing it to bounce was Anthony Don.
Oh, it's a tough one there, right on the sideline. If he catches it, he'd be bundled into touch. No, he took the punt.
Was there a need to kick it there? First impression was Newcastle had a 3-on-1 overlap wide.
I thought so, the same as well, but you know, I do like that sense of control. There's still a long way to go in the game. They don't need to try to score on every occasion. And remember, that's the kind of stuff the coach loves. That's what he wants them to get to as often as possible.
David Mead wrestled to the ground under the weight of 3. Jeremy Smith, the 18th time this afternoon, involved in the tackle. He leads the tackle count for Newcastle Knights. Schrader, one of many that's been well contained. And a Caesar kicking across his body, the left footer, but gee, got a piece of that. And the pressure on McManus now, who gets back out to the 10. Very easily before he's greeted by the defence. It was a slow chase from, no doubt, an exhausted Gold Coast Titans side. To see a lot more of his running game because it's certainly there and it's elite level when it's on.
Hold here, hold. Go.
Kicks downfield, taken easily by Albert Kelly. This is developing this second half into more of an arm wrestle. Slower pace, keeping it centre field.
He's got a good left to right passing game. You mentioned before Mullen, but he's got a great kick, crossfield kick as well for Iwate. That was on that time. And at some point, because the Iwate's opposite winger, Gordon was way back, so deep.
What a tackle by Neville Costigan. Knock on Newcastle will get called here. 2 knock-ons from Newcastle, 1 from the Gold Coast.
Both got a hand on him. No one had seen it. What's happened here to Greg Bird?
Greg Bird with a knee injury.
Ooh.
Was it a slight hyperextension there of the leg from Greg Bird? As Neville Costigan drove in. He's as tough as an old boot.
And wants to stay on. I mean, I can't really see the point of keeping him on the field if he's potentially injured. He's so important to this team.
Let's get this going, come on.
Wait for the ball, Knights.
I'll tell you to put it in, and then I'll start the clock.
Wait for the
Stay there,
ball.
Jared. Right, mate, put it in. Time on. Yours, mate.
Thank you.
Losing their footing, the Titans there. Benny Ridge. Redbird's still limping in back play. Here, bottom of the screen, number 20, running the decoy. Not the decoy as Albert Kelly, who ran on the inside of Sam Irwin and challenged the inside defenders. This is Bird. Zillman, jersey 1, named at fullback, playing left centre in a reshuffle from John Cartwright. Crossfield from Aiden Caesar, taken beautifully and easily by McManus, who then beats 2 before losing his footing and being captured by Ridge.
He's having a good afternoon, isn't he? Yeah, he's got clipped in the head there, and he felt that, but he's okay.
4 tries, he's been clipped in the head a couple of times, actually. James McManus.
You don't mind if it's in the process of scoring a try.
Absolutely. Kate Snowden, her last outing was fabulous against the Storm, 182 metres after 18 runs. Good numbers, good game, and a return to form for Kate, who probably hasn't been at his best over the last 12 months. State of origin play, we know what he's capable of.
Yeah, strong, isn't it? It's Roberts.
Little fella's getting in on the defensive muscle there.
And that really lifts the big fellas. That lifts everyone in the team. This has been one of the most impressive parts of their game, the Knights' defence. Right, yeah, they've strung together 7 tries down the left edge, but defensively they've been really strong against the Titans, holding them in their territory.
Schramm to link with Irwin. He caught one then, and I don't think it's very well.
Oh, he's a bit small to be running at Mason and Costa.
He probably copped 2 there.
Yeah, he ducked into, I think, a bit of an arm.
Which one's on report, Willies or Neville's?
Well, I don't think either of them was bad enough to be reported.
Yours, mate.
Willie with plenty to say as they march backwards downfield. Penalty count in favour of the Gold Coast. That's probably the only thing they're winning today.
He's pretty tough. Sam Irwin, isn't he? Yeah, straight up. After he had earned the penalty.
This is Irwin taking it to the line there. Schramm back on the field, so Irwin playing at a first receiver type role. This is Kelly. Slammed on his back by Bo Scott. There is no fluency. There is no great direction in what the Titans are doing this afternoon. Their defence has been poor, but offensively they haven't asked the questions. Schramm to Caesar. Coming in with a solid shot, Mason. Last tackle here for the Gold Coast. In charge is Albert Kelly. Out to Uarte. Uarte drops it back to Jared Mullen. The Knights end the passage of play by going out of bounds. So they will have the pressure still on them in the form of a goal line dropout.
They had that covered easily. They had every bit of attack covered easily, the Knights. I've just done a quick head count to make sure it's not 15 on 11.
Just to the bottom of the screen there, you saw Greg Bird in jersey 20 taking his place on the bench. We saw him suffer that knee injury a little earlier. Came into the match with an elbow injury. He is banged up, but that's the style of footy he plays, and he wasn't going to miss this one. Zane Tedavano, his first NRL outing of the year, comes on in place of Neville Costing, and that's him in 16 there. Short to Ryan James. The Titans, they are looking for their first this afternoon. Newcastle, as effective as they've been offensively, will be determined to keep a clean sheet defensively. In fact, that's probably more important to the Knights at this point. Across field, Newcastle scrambling. Was it touch? The answer's no, according to the referee. So back out to the 20. And a very quick restart. A good combination there, Badeiros and Gagai. Here's Tedavano, his first possession of this afternoon. Bo Scott, very easy meters against a fatigued Gold Coast lineup who have made over 50 more tackles than their opposition, the Savo.
Yeah, it's been a great day to have Badeiros back. He's been able to use him sparingly, Wayne Bennett, and Craig Gower, of course.
Here we go, looking for McManus. The kick beats everyone. James with 4 this afternoon, looking to create history with number 5.
20 minutes to get another one. We'll be hungry to do it. Greg Bird there on the sideline. I'm not surprised they've given him a rest. He's thrown himself into everything he could this afternoon for the Titans. They're going straight to Sydney from here at the Titans. A mistake at the back.
That's just awful from the Gold Coast. He has to look away 8 miles. He'll have nightmares about this performance.
I guess in a lot of ways he's happy he's not out there for it, but gee, you just don't like to see your teammates playing like this. Got a week to recover. The game in Darwin next Saturday night. Straight to Sydney from here and then up to Darwin. This one behind him.
To Jared Mullen, playing on the right side of the field where he can utilise that really long pass of his, the left to right. No need to here. They get the penalty.
I'm ready, Robbo. Hold here.
There it is, kicked, yours.
Looking for try number 8 of the afternoon, the Newcastle Knights. We know they're going left. It should be no surprise. No, in fact, they go right looking for Uarte. And a knock-on ruled there. Early in the set, a little adventurous, a little overconfident perhaps.
Just the second tackle. He's so desperate to score Uarte. I think Mullen wanted to get him on the scoring sheet as well, but needed to show a bit more patience there.
Right there, boys, hang on. We're in position. Got Newcastle.
Wait for the ball.
I just think that if they get to the end of a set, they're
Wait for the ball.
almost guaranteed they're going to score points the way it's gone
Hold here, boys.
Right, ball in, thanks.
so far this afternoon.
Thank you. Lost.
You guessed it. Before the first tackle, they've dropped it again. They haven't had enough of the football, and when they have just coughed it up, at times meekly.
Look at the completions there.
Jeez. Bring him in, Knights.
And often on early tackle, first or second tackle count, quite often
Bring him
in their own 20 or 30 metre zone.
19 of 30, but 4 penalties, which means that has ruled a complete set, so they've finished just on 50%. Here's Mullen, straight through, over the line, another try for the Knights. Far too basic.
They don't need to hold it for a full set of 6.
No.
In fact, just a bit of footwork. Slipping over Ridge. Mullen then with enough speed to get him over the line, just pushes out of there and slides over. We've seen that a few times this afternoon.
Yep.
We've seen Knights players slide over the line.
Similar type of try to Tyrone Roberts and the one he scored in the opening half. First of the year for Jared. Not as tough this time for our goal kicker,
I'll push in
Tyrone Roberts. Kicked 7 from 8 this afternoon, and a lot of them have been difficult kicks. Just over an hour gone, and they are looking at a half century. Oh, Tyrone Roberts, who has kicked so well this afternoon, shakes the head running back to position. Missed probably his easiest or second easiest attempt this afternoon. It is still 46 points to nil, Adam.
Yeah, guys, obviously great to see Jared Mullen take on the line. He's a tremendous player. He's got great speed, great skill, and he's just such a great competitor as well. But talking of competitors, Greg Bird wasn't particularly happy about being pulled off on the sideline. He wasn't wanting to come off, but he has now, guys. So obviously Cartwright's looking towards the next few weeks.
Or he may well have received a text message from Laurie Daly asking, pleading for some rest. Just under 17 minutes remaining. The Gold Coast Titans have never been held to nil. As the Titans, Kate Snowden and Sam Irwin having an argument. And Irwin had a little bit of a swipe. The bantamweight at the super heavyweight. Just on the Titans side of halfway. And a territorial kick, not an attacking kick there from the left boot of Jared Mullen. Great way to finish your rugby league weekend tomorrow night. Joining us for Monday night football from Allianz Stadium, it is the Sydney Roosters and the Manly Warringah Seagulls. In prospect, a belter of a game to the competition heavyweights, ready to rip in. 7 o'clock kickoff. Our pre-game show starts at 6:30. Hope you can join us on Fox Sports 1 for that. Monday night footy. Simple early set football here for Newcastle. This is Willie Mason. None of the Newcastle middlemen have been really required to do that much offensive work or hard yards either. They've started majority of sets in pretty good field position. Their fringe guys have done an outstanding job, aided by the fact that defensively the Titans have just not been up to it. Mullen finds a gap between Kelly and also Gordon. Lightweight number 7, who's playing at number 1 this afternoon. Gets driven back a couple of metres centre field. The Newcastle defensive line is set. It is strong, and the Titans still wandering back into position here. No surprise either.
Yeah, they're off the line quick, aren't they, the Knights?
Yeah.
It's been the case all afternoon. It's easy when you're winning by this kind of margin. But, you know, it is also easy to clock off and think you've got the game well and truly won. They're not doing that, the Knights. Oh, that's good. Trying a bit too hard here to make something happen. Mark Minicello looking for his runner.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe his arm was knocked. The ball just came out forward.
I think he was looking or thinking of passing, and the arm was knocked.
Let's go, Titans.
Just under 14 minutes remaining, and a lot of the focus now is on 50 points and also on James McManus.
Out.
4 tries already. Dane Gagai plays on this right-hand side, Gagai, and hasn't had a lot of work to do along with Aku Uate. Certainly hasn't shared in the spotlight like Leilua and Ignanis on the other side. Gower plays it short to Houston, has got a great offload in his game, Chris Houston. Darius opts for open side, goes to Gower at first receiver, back on the inside to Willie Mason. Chance here for the left hand. Mullen is near side. Snowden dummies, motors forward and is just denied. Mullen across field. Taken by Gordon. Here's the Titans' first points. They will not catch this speedster. He's dropped it back from 5th gear to 4th into 3rd and almost cruises over the line. It has taken 68 minutes. Many of them a nightmare. The Gold Coast have broken their duck this afternoon.
Yeah, can honestly say they haven't been close to scoring the Titans this afternoon. Until that moment, Gordon took it on the fly, well done. A couple of Knights defenders, attackers chasing that kick, thought they were half a chance, but once in the clear, you called it, Andy, he was gone, no one was going to catch him. A real speedster. And Jared Mullen's no slouch, he didn't get near him.
Spotted Brett Sutor there, on the sideline, not refereeing. Trying to chase down Kevin Gordon, as were the Knights. Hayden Caesar with 88 points so far this year, already 42 goals. Not going to make it 43, has been kicking superbly, this young bloke. It's not their day. 11 minutes remain, 46-4.
That's kept that record intact of never having been kept to zip.
There's one record. Still a danger, though, is the Gold Coast biggest losing margin, 46.
Who was that against?
Against the Canberra Raiders back in 2007. They were beaten 56-10. And now a difference of 42. Douglas motors on. Rarely is there anything flash about what he does, but so consistent.
Hang on, hang on, look, I've got to make
I'm in
sure.
position.
Luke Bailey wanting to take the quick tap and I mount a comeback.
I hate that, referee. Just let him take the quick tap.
There's no comeback today, though.
I don't get, no, not the comeback. I just don't understand why they can't take a quick tap. Hang on, we've got to wait for the other referee to get back on side for the next 3 minutes.
Greg Bird back on.
Off the ball! Danny, release it! All the way to the 10.
Giving Ben Ridge a break. Bailey pushes off a couple. The Bulls pops it back on the inside to Matt Schramer. The Gold Coast scored one. They would love another. It's closing 10 minutes. It won't happen here. Mark Minicello shakes the head.
This is what happens when you have a preconceived idea who you're going to hit, but you can't change your mind, or you don't change your mind. He was always going to hit Minicello there, I think Caesar, and the defenders were right in his face. Ball touch slower coming out in the wet. And he was smashed the moment it arrived.
Even Willie's quiet at the scrum.
Pointing at the scoreboard, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I think he probably thinks the Titans are suffering enough for Savo. There's no need to make it even worse. Aku Uate. And a red touch of the footy back in this part of the field for Newcastle. Snowden fighting still for every metre after 71.5 minutes. McManus has come in from that left wing to do a little bit of the work for his forwards in that centre part of the field. Oh, there's a whack. Danny Baderis just testing his back, and to see how the surgeries have gone.
He's up.
Oh.
Back on. Making his mark.
Come on, Newcastle. Willie, get in.
That was a shot.
Come on, Darius, get in.
Wait for the ball.
Matt, get your head in. Let Matt Sharma get his head in. Righto.
Wait for the ball.
Out. Yours, mate.
I reckon if Danny Baderis survived that, the back, after 2 back surgeries, is coping all right this afternoon.
Operation successful.
Yeah, you'd reckon so.
Up there, Chris. All the way to 10, the 10. Go.
46-4, all Newcastle. The last couple of minutes as good as the Titans have played all afternoon. Albert Kelly, limited involvement, a couple of positional shifts over the course of the afternoon. And the chops and changes were pretty much caused by the Jamal Idris injury. Shrama slides into the tackle. Number 4, Harrison to Kelly. Plays short to Bird, who reaches the line. There's the Titans' second. Short interchange of passes. Points for the Gold Coast, but even if they rack up a couple of tries in these last few minutes, I still think John Cartwright might struggle to take anything positive out of today's game.
Yeah, a couple of players that have been injured that featured in that heavily. Ash Harrison gave the ball to Kelly. Bird getting his way over the line, showing us what they can do. It's just the 8 tries down their left side that have got worries about. When they get the footy close to the line, they can come up with points.
And see the state of the ground here, and I think all the groundsmen and grounds crews have done a fabulous job considering the volume of rain we've had on the East Coast over the last couple of weeks. 46-10 Adam McDougall. Not a lot to cheer about for those Titans fans that are here.
There certainly isn't, guys, but they should be cheering about Greg Bird. His attitude today has been outstanding, and that's why he's such a great player. He doesn't ever want to give up. He competes to the depth. Whereas on the Knights side of things, they're not real happy about the last 10 minutes. Wayne Bennett spoke about finishing this game off. So I can tell you now, you might give them the silent treatment after they come back in if they don't improve.
Ten all in the second half, it is. Certainly not going on with it the way the Knights would have liked. That said, there has been some curious decisions, courses of action from Newcastle over the second half, where they haven't gone back to that left-hand side that was so successful in the opening 40 minutes.
Only that crossfield kick in the second tackle in a great attacking position from Mullen to Uwadi. It's the kind of thing that Wayne Bennett won't be happy about, just a bit of impatience. Not treating their opponents with enough respect.
No, you're right. Next week for Newcastle, they're away to the Bulldogs. The Titans look for number 3. Craig Gower. Oh, flicks it up to Chris Houston. Adventurous, exciting footy from Newcastle on their own line. Here is McManus.
He's still got a touch of class about him, Craig Gower, hasn't he?
Confidence isn't and never has been an issue for Craig Gower. That was a confident ball up to Chris Houston. Both men under pressure. Good metres against Snowden. Achieving his personal goals, no doubt, Kate, over his last couple of performances. Been good since coming on. He's played his role, Zane Tedovano. Last tackle here. Allen goes downfield. Kelly, almost in a race there, beats Gordon to the ball, and maybe wishes he had because he gets driven by Mason Boyd.
Has there been a tackle, a kick chase tackle today where the Knights haven't got hold of the Titans player and driven him backwards? I can't remember one. Great in that area. Conditions have helped.
Yep.
Very good.
I was saying the Newcastle Knights, they play the Bulldogs next Sunday in Mackay. The Gold Coast Titans and Penrith Panthers do battle in Darwin on Saturday night. McManus enjoying quite an afternoon. Ousted. A change is an option for John Cartwright. Has it reached that point? Or do you put this down to one of those days? Of course, you'll have Nate Miles returning. It seems Jamal Idris is out long term. What we believe could be syndesmosis of the ankle. Good shot put on Costigan from David Mead. Where was that defence and that shoulder in the opening 40 minutes on that Titans right-hand side?
Well, he was doing it on the left mostly in that first 40, first 25 or so. Held his own today. David Mead. Dave Taylor, wonder when he's going to be back. We'll need him. Of course, their other centre option is Brad Takarani with that rib injury. Is that round 19? A couple of weeks away then?
Yeah, he's a couple of weeks away. Suffered that injury on Monday night. Dave Taylor out for a couple of weeks with a sternum problem as well. Here is Zillman. Just under 90 seconds to go. 10 all second half. And probably not a half of football Wayne Bennett or the Newcastle Knights will look back on fondly. Kevin Gordon kicks into Arkuuate. It wasn't played at. Tackle number 4, no restarting of the count as Bailey finds Caesar. Over the top, McManus comfortably takes it. Cops another whack, James McManus, this time from Mark Minicello. Ball lost here. The Titans, they head towards the line. They don't find it here. Not yet anyway. They do now. A meek way to finish our 80 minutes of football here in Newcastle, where the home side has dominated. Just let the foot off the throat in the final 15 minutes. David Mead collects a try in the final minute.
That's a simple one, isn't it? Hard to be critical, though. This Knights side were just amazing in the first 40. Probably in the first 60 when they had that massive 46-0 lead. Titans have saved face somewhat.
Yep.
Got some work to do.
There's a scoreline here. Flatter the Titans somewhat. The Knights in that opening half, every bit. 46-point better side. First of 2 games on Fox Sports, as always live on Fox Sports. The second tonight, it is the North Queensland Cowboys, Cronulla Sharks, 6:30 from 1300 Smiles Stadium up there in the far north. Hope you can join us. Caesar nails this one. As the siren sounds, the referee says, boys, we've had enough. Don't the Titans believe those words? They have had enough. A horrible afternoon for the Gold Coast, a magical one for Newcastle. The Knights, 8 tries to 3, 46 points to 16 winners.
This has been a production of Fox Sports in partnership with the National Rugby League.